have closed hundreds of homes and earned countless 5-star reviews, but there's always a lesson to learn in that. And that lesson is that not every signed contract turns into a great experience. Not every signed contract turns into a great experience. Not every closing turns into a loyal client. And not only that, the way that that client feels determines if they want to give you a referral or not. So if you don't know what they're thinking and how they're feeling, then you're dropping the ball. So today we're going to master the moments that's going to matter most. It's going to help you earn a lot of referrals and a lot of reviews. Who's looking for more referrals and more reviews in their business? That's why we're here today. And we want to start off by surveying the customer. Who would be willing to tell me, what do I mean by surveying the customer? Give me a volunteer. What does surveying the customer mean? We have a microphone right here. Don't be shy. Okay. Well, let me tell you what's, oh, you got it? Go ahead. I want to hear what surveying the customer means to you.
I'm hoarse, so, but no one's stepping up. Okay, so did you say what servicing a customer is? Serving? Okay, to me, what surveying a customer is listening, getting a true understanding of what it is that they are wanting and what their motivation is behind it, and then coming up with the second step also on how you're going to be able to help them on the opposite end, even if it means relocating out of state. So that's what it means to me.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. So one thing I would like for you to walk away with today is a system to check in frequently and intentionally. We're all a company of systems and models, right? And yet not many of us use those systems. So we have to have a system to check in frequently and intentionally. And then we want to ask questions that gets honest feedback, because feedback is the breakfast of champions. If you aren't getting feedback from your clients, how do you know how you're doing? How do you know if you need to improve? What we do know is silence is feedback. Silence is feedback. If you're getting these clients and you're feeling like you're doing a stellar job and they're not giving you reviews and they're not sending you clients, then that tells you alone that the job wasn't that great. So I would like for you to walk out of here understanding that it's important to check in with them, ask them how they're feeling, because this transaction is about them. And this is what's going to feed your business and turn it into a big business. So I want to share a story with you from my own business. I had this agent on my team, and this agent was a great agent. I mean, checked all the boxes, everything you would need in a great buy-in agent. Excellent negotiator. And we had this transaction. She got this client $45,000 off the price of the house and all the incentives you can imagine. Looked great on paper. Great on paper. Well, a few years later, I was on Facebook and I saw that this client had sold that house and bought another one, and it wasn't with us. So I'm gonna be honest, I was all in my feelings. I was feeling some kind of way about that. So I ended up putting my big girl face on. I picked up the phone and I called her. And I just congratulated her on the sale and purchase of the house. And I asked her, what could we have done differently to earn her business? And she said, Vasha, it wasn't about you, had nothing to do with you. She said, here's the truth. That agent, although they negotiated a stellar deal for me, it was all about them. They were buying a house at the same time. Every house that we looked at was all about what they're gonna do to decorate. It was not about me and my needs. Even when I was looking at houses that I thought I wanted to buy, that agent turned me off because they were picking apart the house, telling me everything that was wrong with it. So I vowed that I needed a better agent and I deserved better. Ouch. Ouch. That was a gut punch for me. And I didn't blame the agent. What I did was blamed myself. I put the mirror up because at the end of the day, I have to set my standards because this is my team, right? So I have to inspect what I expect and teach people what great experience and service looks like. Now, there's a difference between customer service and customer experience. Service is actually what you provide. The experience is what they actually remember, how they feel. Here's an example. I'm staying over at the Hilton Signia, and as a bold coach, I get to travel the world and stay at hotel after hotel after hotel. I spend more nights in a hotel than I do my own house. So when I pulled up at the Hilton Signia, from the time that I walked in, checked in, and spent all this time in Club Signia, the staff was so attentive. Every single person service was just impeccable. After the second day, we asked for everyone's name and a QR code or somewhere we can leave feedback because it was just that great. If your people aren't running and raving and telling everybody about you, is the service really that good? It's not. You're leaving money on the table. So that's why we're here today, to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. So we want to survey the customer. If you take a look around you, there are thousands and thousands of agents here. If you look to the left, you look to the right, front or back, you might even know some of these agents. That tells you that your clients have multiple options to choose from. You're not the only agent in the industry. And if you aren't giving them the service that they deserve, they're going to pick somebody else. And it might be somebody to the left, to the right, front, or behind you. Because the industry, we're saturated. So your clients deserve the best. So we want to give you a system to check in frequently. So when you're talking to your client, ask them, how often would you like me to check in? And how would you like me to check in? Don't assume that we're just going to send them a text message or we're going to just talk to them when it's time to update them on a contract or an offer or something like that. So ask them, how often could I check in with you frequently? How often does frequent mean to you? What does it mean to you? Then we want to ask for honest and open feedback from them. Don't just say, how is everything going? Are you okay? Is there anything that I could be doing differently? What is making this a great experience for you? What is not making it a great experience for you? How do you feel? Are you excited? What's your biggest stressor right now? We want to know that because a client might be happy and then they go in their shell because this is a big transaction for them. And then you thinking everything is going great and then they start ghosting you. Who's experienced that before by show of hands? Feel like you've been ghosted. It's not fun. And that's because we aren't checking in with them frequently. So we want to create a strategy with them by that check-in, by that caring for them, treating them like family, so that that'll turn into a 5-star review and a 5-star referral opportunity. Every transaction that you do is setting you up for the next transaction, whether it's right now or sometime in the future. So always, always, always be that 5-star agent. So let's take a look at this. Take a look at this slide. When we're talking to people and you're selling that house, that agent over here, this is me, by the way, on the both sides, the agent side and the client side. On this agent side, I'm checking in and I'm finding out that, hey, what's going on with you? And you're telling me everything is good, but really on the face up here, you're telling me that things are not good just by looking at my face. So we want to know what's really, really going on with them. So don't wait for problems. Check in at key milestones. Feedback, you want it always. Ask better questions. What's one thing I can do? From 1 to 10, how's the experience? And guess what? Your customer experience score is not in command. This is in how they feel. It's like a barometer. It rises with every interaction and it falls with every misstep. With every misstep. Steve Chater, one of our KW executives here, one of our own, he wrote the book Hold. He was one of the authors on the book Hold. He had a client that they were servicing one of his team members. And that client was in the process of this transaction, and the agent thought they were doing a great job and they were checking all of the boxes. And the client called and said, I no longer want to work with you. And when they asked them why, the client said, they didn't call me back fast enough. Who's had a client like that didn't want to work with you because you didn't call them back fast enough? Yeah. So the agent said, I was checking all of the boxes. I did everything they asked, and yet I didn't call them back. So that's why it's important for you to go back and say, what does frequency look like for you? How often? And what does a 5-star service look for you? So what's one thing I want you to know? What's one thing that you're going to do to elevate your level of experience? What's one thing? What could you do to make sure that you're giving 5-star service? Listen for feedback. Somebody said check in. What else? Surveying the customer. What else? What else? Create a system that's repeatable and duplicatable. Okay. So thank you guys so much for being here today.